What if I told you the secret to that crunchy, tangy dill pickle on your burger starts inside a factory the size of several football fields? A place where cucumbers roll in by the truckload and leave behind jars of mouth-watering pickles. Today, we're stepping inside a giant pickle factory to see how it all happens. But first, smash that like button if you love pickles as much as I do. From farm to factory, where the journey begins. The story of a pickle begins long before the factory. It starts on farms where special cucumbers, grown specifically for pickling, are harvested. These aren't your long, salad cucumbers. Pickling cucumbers are shorter, firmer, and have bumpier skin, perfect for soaking up flavor. Timing is everything here. Farmers harvest them quickly, often in the cool of the morning, to lock in freshness. Within hours, trucks loaded with thousands of cucumbers head straight to the factory. Why the rush? Because the fresher the cucumber, the crispier the pickle. And let's be honest, nobody wants a limp pickle. Some farms even grow cucumbers under contract for factories, meaning the entire crop is destined for jars before it's even planted. This ensures a steady supply all year round, since demand for pickles doesn't slow down. In the United States alone, more than 5 million pounds of pickles are consumed every day. That's a lot of crunch to keep up with. Washing and sorting. The first stop in the factory. When the cucumbers arrive, they don't just roll into brine tanks. First, they get a serious cleaning. Massive conveyor belts carry them through high-pressure water jets that blast away dirt, leaves, and any remnants from the field. The sound of thousands of cucumbers tumbling and splashing through these machines is like a waterfall with a crunch. After washing, the sorting begins. Machines, and sometimes human workers, separate cucumbers by size. Tiny gherkins, medium snack-sized cucumbers, and larger ones each have their own destiny. This sorting isn't just for looks, it ensures every jar has pickles of the same size so they pack evenly and look appealing on the shelf. Some factories even use advanced laser sensors and cameras to detect imperfections. Cucumbers with bruises, odd shapes, or discoloration are filtered out. Those rejects don't go to waste. Many are sent off to become relish, chopped pickles, or even animal feed. Fun fact, the smallest cucumbers often become cocktail pickles, perfect for garnishing martinis, while the larger ones are destined for sandwiches and burgers. The magic of the brine. Now comes the heart of the pickle making process, the brine. Imagine enormous stainless steel tanks filled with a mix of water, salt, vinegar, and a carefully guarded blend of spices. The air in this room is so sharp with vinegar, it can make your eyes water. Workers often wear protective masks to handle the overwhelming fumes. For classic dill pickles, the recipe usually includes garlic, dillweed, mustard seeds, and peppercorns. But every factory has its own unique secret spice blend that sets their pickles apart. Some add red chili flakes for heat, others a hint of sugar for balance. Here's the science. Brine doesn't just add flavor, the salt and vinegar act as natural preservatives, killing harmful bacteria while allowing the cucumbers to ferment safely. Depending on the style, some pickles are quick pickled in just hours, while others sit in tanks for weeks, slowly fermenting and developing that deep, tangy bite. This step is where cucumbers officially stop being cucumbers and begin their new life as pickles. Drop a comment below, are you team dill or team sweet pickle? Fermentation, nature meets science. In traditional dill pickle production, fermentation is key. Inside those tanks, natural bacteria get to work. They feed on sugars in the cucumber and produce lactic acid, which helps preserve the pickle and gives it that sour tang. Temperature and timing are critical. Too warm and the pickles get soft, too cold and fermentation slows to a crawl. That's why factories monitor every tank with precision, making sure the process stays perfectly balanced. Some factories even use digital sensors that track pH levels and salt concentration in real time, ensuring consistency from batch to batch. And here's something fascinating. Fermentation not only changes flavor, it also boosts nutrition. Fermented pickles contain probiotics, the same beneficial bacteria found in yogurt, which can aid digestion and gut health. So next time you grab a dill spear, know that you're not just satisfying a craving, you're giving your stomach some love too. Fun fact, some giant tanks can hold up to 40 tons of cucumbers at once. That's enough pickles to keep an entire city crunching for weeks. Packing the crunch. Once the pickles are ready, it's time to pack them up. And this step is a mesmerizing dance of automation. Picture robotic arms and conveyor belts moving in perfect rhythm. Machines scoop up pickles and drop them neatly into glass jars. Workers or machines add sprigs of fresh dill, slices of garlic, and sometimes peppers for extra kick. Then comes the hot brine. The jars are filled to the brim, sealed with metal lids, and quickly heated in a hot water bath. This ensures safety, locks in flavor, and makes sure your pickle stays crunchy for months. If you've ever heard the pop when opening a jar, that's the sound of a perfect vacuum seal. That pop is music to pickle lovers' ears, proof that the jar has been preserved properly and that the pickles inside are as fresh as the day they were packed. Quality control, the crunch test. Factories don't leave things to chance. Each batch of pickles goes through rigorous quality checks. Machines scan jars for leaks or cracks. Workers inspect pickles for color and texture. And yes, there's even a crunch test. Believe it or not, scientists use acoustic testing to measure how loud a pickle crunches. They literally record the sound waves of a bite to determine crispness. If it's not crisp enough, it doesn't make the cut. After all, the crunch is what makes a pickle unforgettable. Some factories also conduct shelf life simulations, where jars are stored under different conditions to predict how they'll taste months later. Only the jars that pass all these tests are approved for shipping. Fun pickle facts and myths. Let's pause for some quick pickle trivia. Did you know Americans eat about 9 pounds of pickles per person every year? During World War II, the US government rationed pickles to soldiers, believing they boosted morale. And here's a myth buster. Pickle juice won't cure all hangovers, but thanks to electrolytes, it does help with hydration and muscle cramps. If you're learning something new today, hit that like button to let us know. From factory to store shelves. Once the jars pass inspection, they're labeled, boxed, and shipped out. From local grocery stores to international markets, those jars travel far and wide. A pickle made in Michigan might end up on a hot dog in New York or a burger in Tokyo. This global love for pickles proves they're more than just a side snack. They're a food with cultural reach. Different countries have their own versions, from Korean kimchi to Indian achar, but the dill pickle remains an international favorite. Why pickles stay crispy? Here's one last piece of science. Ever wonder why some pickles stay crunchy for months? Factories often use calcium chloride, a food-safe additive, to help cucumbers hold their firmness. Combined with careful brining and proper sealing, it guarantees a satisfying snap every time you bite in. Some producers even chill jars immediately after sealing, locking in freshness and giving every pickle that unmistakable crunch. And there you have it, the incredible journey of the humble cucumber, from farm fields to factory tanks, from jars to your plate. It's a process that combines farming, engineering, chemistry, and a love for flavor. So the next time you grab a pickle from a jar, remember the massive machines, bubbling brine, and crunch tests that made it possible.